I always have fun doing these little projects. It is Preparedness Month, and I'm trying to add as much unusualness as I can to these things. Now, here, I forgot this guy over here. If you've got just a Bic lighter, and this goes to everyday carry, things that you have on you in a situation. There's so many uses for just the Bic lighter. I mean, there's the, scraping it, getting plastic off of it, and then using that as a fire tinder. And you can use the flint that's inside of it that would work like a ferro rod. There's so many different things you can do to break down a Bic lighter. Now, if you've got a Bic lighter that still works fine, it's got plenty of fluid inside of it, then you would use that for a kit like this. I've got two different razors sitting here. I wanted to get that out of the way first. To pack one of these, you could use this for a knife if you don't have one of these surgical style blades. But this works a lot better because you can forge from a piece of wood and make yourself a handle and have yourself a tiny little knife if you need to. Or you can use the actual lighter itself to make yourself some kind of a knife handle. But I wanted to share that because I'm probably not going to be using this. This is a sewing kit. I'm looking at items to put in this thing before I get started. You can use standard duct tape. You can get fancy duct tape with unicorns on it or whatever. It doesn't matter, whichever one you choose. Duct tape still works the same. I'll get back to this. You can get duct tape to go up in flames because of the strands. You've got to break it down and get the strands out of it. When you get the strands out, you just keep pulling at it. If you're really desperate for fire, you can get all these little fibers out of and there's one of them right there. You guys know it's annoying when you take one of these apart and you rip your duct tape and it just goes all over the place. For example, it shows that it goes up a lot faster if you tear it first, and then to keep it lit, if you keep it in a bundle. But duct tape is very flammable as long as you're not blowing on it like I am. It's very flammable stuff. Get it all stuck to me here. Now I can't get it off my finger. It's all stuck to me. Get off my table. All right. Fishing hooks, sewing kit, that stuff. And it stinks too. I do this for you guys. I want to get this out of this bag, because I'm not going to need these buttons. I've got the adhesive all over my fingers. Isn't that wonderful? They make these things like impossible to tear open. Let's get this out. We don't need these buttons to build this kit. We do. We might need one of these. We got this is a good tinder card here I could use for fire if I need to. I've got my needle. I've got aqua tabs for making water. You'll have to make yourself a container. That's all there is to it. You can't put everything in a Bic lighter, you know what I mean? I've got a miniature glow stick. You can get these at Dollar General, I think, for it's probably a little bit more than $1. This is a bike tire inner tube. If you've got like some old rubber tire laying around, that's what I'm going to use in the end to kind of wrap this up. Then these are called Ranger bands. A lot of people refer to them as that. They just help you secure your gear. Plus, they're very flammable. It's another thing that you can light up on fire. Bandage, just to throw in there. I've got some, this is Teflon, your Kevlar. This is Kevlar cord. Very strong stuff, very impossible to break. You can use this for a bow drill or whatever. This is snare wire. I've got the snare wire over here for catching critters. You just make a little loop, they run right into it. Over here I've got some, this is some jute cord. This stuff is really good. It's got beeswax in it. Very flammable stuff. Once again, let's go back to fire. Very flammable stuff. Put that out. It's good for fire. This is just standard cord. It's red in color, so it's easier for me to see it. And then I've got some fishing line here. I just need to get these wrapped neatly, and I'll just show you how I'm kind of laying them in there. If you want this stuff rolled up tight, just get yourself a rubber band and get it to pinch the cordage. Kind of place your finger on the side of it and get it rolling. And you'll start getting it tighter and tighter. Just take your time. You can make something like this fit more condensed, you know, take up less room. You know, you can do that with all of these, but I only recommend it with the fire cord. This fire cord here is a little bit thicker, but it does lay flat. You just have to get it fused together. Then you can kind of heat it up with a little heat gun or something and get it to kind of form stick together. And then you'll be left with a nice little round spool. It looked like that. That's a lot of fire cord. Now I gotta wrap up some more snare wire, fishing line, a standard cord, jute, Kevlar cord. Now, Kevlar cord will also cut through a padlock. Most people don't know that. It takes a little bit of time, but it will saw through a padlock. I know everyone's going to be like, oh, well, what is the AI going to tell me? It's like, oh, gosh. You guys ask the AI way too many questions. All right. This is fishing hooks. Get this, and aqua tabs, and that, and the bandage, and this. Now I just have to start laying them out on my tape. As you can see, that's pretty simple to lay out there. It's real easy for you to put one of these together. You can do it differently. You don't have to do it like me. Now when I roll this thing up, it's going to be a bit fatter than it was, but it'll be okay. You can deal with that, right? Now to keep the Bic lighter from going off, you can always put a small zip tie up here or a tiny piece of baling wire or something just to keep that lighter from pressing. And that keeps the butane in it so it doesn't go bad. And keep in mind, winter's coming. Butane doesn't work as quickly as others. You got to kind of warm the lighter up. But it's all good. Now, I'm going to roll this up and see what it looks like when I'm done. And see, that's not that bad. And I'm going to put this on here. This is for restoring it. In case I start taking stuff out of here, I want to be able to repack it. That's kind of why I'm putting it on there. Doesn't look too pretty, but that's not the point of it. And that goes in your bag. You take with you every day. You got yourself a plan. Bunch of little survival items going on there. And something's better than nothing. Very lightweight. If you lose everything and you still have this, you'll be fine for, yeah. You still got to make stuff, so just keep that in mind. You could put more tape too. You don't have to do like I did. I just stopped at this. I didn't want to overdo it, and you guys kind of lose the experience of it. But you don't have to pack it with so much. You could pack it with less. You could use less of the items to make it a bit tighter, but that really, yeah, you know what I mean? That's pretty freaking small. I mean, I can still make a fist. And you got your lighter. It's pretty cool. All right. This is one of those little DIY survival life hack videos for your preparedness month. God bless. Take care. Stay sane. Please share. God bless.